Hi everybody, it's Noreen Macdonald from Natural Living. I'm a naturopath and bioresonance therapist and a neuro-emotional technique practitioner amongst other things, and I work in this awesome clinic here in Nelson, New Zealand. Please subscribe to the bottom below because I'm going to be uploading lots more health videos for you to hopefully gain some knowledge from. So today I'm talking about the teeth, really important part of the body. So some of you probably know, but most of you probably don't, that the state of your teeth and the health of your teeth has a huge impact, or can have a huge impact, on the rest of your body. So when you get a toothache, don't just think it's localized to the tooth. And I'm going to tell you a little story about that in a minute. Here's a really good picture. Hopefully you can see that, of the teeth, and you can see it's done into quadrants. And each of the teeth are numbered, and you can see above here there's a bit of a system going on. Now this is based on traditional Chinese medicine, the 5-element theory. And you can see the circles that I've coloured in with a highlighter relate to the element, and then below that each element has some organs that relate to each tooth. Now we don't know, it's kind of the chicken and the egg scenario. We don't know what comes first. Is it the meridian that goes out of balance that can cause the tooth to have issues, or is it a tooth that's having issues that's causing the meridian to go out of balance? If you don't know what meridians are, again, it's based on TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine philosophy, and they are like electrical energy pathways that run through the body that are related to your internal organs and their systems. So if you were to see an acupuncturist, for example, they'd be tapping into the meridians of your body. So you can see here, they're numbered, and I can then relate meridians or organs to each tooth. So in effect, if you're having an issue with a tooth, you in effect could be having an issue with that related meridian. Now I'm going to tell you a story. Our son, who's 8, needed to have a filling yesterday. And I know when he came back from the dentist, I was like, oh my gosh, what? You've got such a good diet, you brushed your teeth. Anyway, we went in to investigate how he was brushing his teeth. So if you're a parent, let me give you a heads up that your child might not be brushing their teeth for 2 minutes, and definitely not the right way, which is how he's ended up with a cavity. So he had to go in and get this filling, and he came home. Obviously he had an anesthetic and there was some drilling done, etc. Came home, and last night he developed a sore throat and a cough. Now he doesn't really get sick, so I knew that was the body's response to what was happening, what had happened to him in the dentist. Obviously they're drilling. If it's a cavity, there's bacteria. Perhaps some of the bacteria went down his throat. So the lymphatic system, and his body is trying to push those toxins out, as well as obviously having an anesthetic that the body has to detoxify as well. So him getting a response is actually a positive thing, I think. The interesting thing was, when he came in, and this is my beautiful bioresonance machine, when he came into my clinic here this morning, I measured his meridians, which you can do using, not this, but it's a different top, which looks like this. So you can measure the meridians of the body, of the fingers and toes, and I measured all his meridians. The only one that was out of balance was his lung, which was screaming on the machine, which means inflammation. And then when I went and looked up the tooth, interestingly enough, he was tooth 5 on the upper right hand quadrant, which is the metal element, which relates to lung, where he had a cough, and large intestine. So what I did is I brought him in, and I've got some awesome programs in here that can help to balance that, I guess, imbalance between the tooth and the meridian, the lung meridian itself. I also did some anesthetic detox through here to aid his body to detoxify the anesthetic. I did some wound healing programs. What else did I do? I did some lymphatic programs for particularly the teeth and the jaw. And I think he's going to get better really quickly. I'm yet to go home now to check on him. But I wanted to point out that the bioresonance machine, this is the latest model, Bicom Optima Plus, pretty amazing at what we can do for people and their teeth. This is a dental probe here. So I've got actually a dental part of the machine where I can go in and measure the electrical conductivity of each tooth. And if it shows up above 10 here on the dial, it means that that tooth is having an issue of sorts. Usually it can point to mercury leakage. Quite often it's a latent infection in the tooth. Root canal teeth in particular usually test up as testing off because the infection is still underneath the tooth. And then of course when you see this, you can start to understand that when those teeth are testing off, it's not just affecting the tooth, and some of your health issues may be caused by your teeth. Important to get onto it. So this machine here, we also have pre and post-op procedures if you need to have an implant, if you need to have an extraction, for example. I had a client last week who had to have a titanium implant, and we did pre-op and I did post-op. Also helped to kind of, I guess, make sure her body wasn't having an allergy to the titanium itself, because obviously that's sitting in her body now for good, and we cleared that. And in fact, when she went back to the orthodontist, they were really surprised at how quickly it had healed up, because we run scar programs and wound healing programs, etc. So yeah, first of all, the message is definitely pay attention to your teeth. The second message is, if you're wondering about the state of your health, and sometimes I've found with clients, if they're having unexplained health issues, we can usually track it back to something that's going on in their mouth. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Please subscribe. You can check out my website, www.naturalliving.co.nz. See you next time. Bye.